The one thing that people forget is Wiz literally was very coachable. He was a coachable talent. So he used the situation. His exact words was, I used the situation to get myself in place. Now that I'm in place, I can do what I want. But I had to do what I was supposed to do, what they were asking me to do, follow these steps, to be in a position now to call my own shots. These are exact words. This is not no. So I told him, I said, man, I got so much respect for you. He said, Chev, we good. And we ain't ever not going to be good. He says, but why do I have to be good with people that I know really didn't fuck with me or like me? Because I made it? Nah.
That's the one thing I could never take away from Wiz, because I was there. If he listened to this, he's going to remember the day at Club Ludic. It was him on the lineup. It was S Money. It was Oe. Maybe a F Blocker, a HE, but it was some street niggas in the building. Right. I mean, and they was getting the most love. I'm talking about Wiz got booed. Like, and I'm like, why is they booing Wiz? I'm like, I know Wiz, because I'm a MySpace baby.
Right.
I know him already. So I go to basic training down in South Carolina.
Okay. On
my way back from basic training, I'm at Foot Locker, and Say Yeah is on the TV screens in Foot Locker. And I'm telling all the boys that's right. And you know how it is whenever you're out of town. Like, even if you live in Butler, Jeanette,
right,
Aliquippa, anywhere, whenever you're out of town,
you from Pittsburgh.
And everybody was like, no, he ain't from Pittsburgh. I mean, swear to God, he from Pittsburgh. I'll look you up right now. Right. And, I was down with a few people from Philly, so that was around the time.
Oh, yeah.
Meek Mill was big, Wiz was big. Who bigger? We going at it. But to see him break through that, it was like a proud moment. I gained nothing from that, but my love for Pittsburgh hip hop and the culture was just like, nah, we got something to hold on to.
Right. And that's what it was. I was proud. I was truly proud of this kid. I didn't want nothing from him. I was just proud that we got somebody that's representing our city in this era of rap. And he's nice with it.
And like you said, he's coachable.
He's extremely coachable.
Because not to jump further into the interview, but there's a lot of talent in the city who just might not be coachable. Like, got to the door, but it was just hard to reel them all the way in. Because
have you ever golfed?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, okay. One thing that I learned about golf, and I've never, other than what you had to do in high school, you know what I mean? What I learned from a golf pro, I can't remember what the dude's name was. He was from North Hills, and he turned into a golf coach. His statement was, if you have any aspirations of being professional or being good at golf, get a coach. And I was like, why do you say that? He goes, because you don't want to develop a bad habit you can't break. A lot of artists in this city have developed bad habits because they didn't start out with mentorship. They didn't start out with a plan. They're just doing whatever they think. And if two things work, you can't tell them nothing. Now they know everything because it worked these 2 times. Thankfully it did, but there's so much you don't know. You're just throwing stuff at a wall trying to figure it out. There are people that have dedicated their lives to this that could help you. And it can be customized to you. What worked for Wiz is not going to work for you.
It ain't.
It's not. Even if y'all come out at the same time, you're 2 totally different people, 2 different personalities, 2 different goals. So why would you think his path is your path? It's not. But on those paths, there's certain business paperwork that got to be taken care of. There's certain moves that got to be made. They're universal. People here, artists, independent artists as a whole, tend to not want to do the foundational things.
I ran a studio with Dude Music for a little while.
Yes.
And it seemed like he's more the engineer than I am.
Gotcha.
But it seemed like a lot of the artists that would come in, I'm listening to them. I'm at the end of my music career. I'm more of a fan now than I ever was. You know what I mean? So I'm listening. I'm like, oh, this is hard. I'm like, you can put this on Spotify, iTunes, all these different platforms. I'm asking him if he's gonna put it on. He's like, how I do that? I'm like, bro, you're about like 10 hit singles into your career, and not like a single like that because it's just dissing people. But you got 40,000 views off of dissing people. Well, why ain't you taking the next step to just be like, all right, at least get my paperwork right, so whenever I do transition, but
I will never understand it. I will never. And the one thing that I equate it to is they don't see themselves as businesses and brands. They see themselves as artists, which is fine. But I'm gonna put this on camera. A lot of people don't know, I paint. I enjoy painting. That's when I was walking in, I was like, oh, this is dope. I'm gonna study some of this stuff. Like, really, there's some dope art on these walls. So I'm like, I do it for me. I will never sell my art. I will never, I'm not interested in turning it into a business. It's okay to rap and not want to turn it into anything. It's a hobby. You enjoy doing it. Cool. But the second you think that you should be compensated for that art, you are now a business. And there are business practices that have to be covered in order for you to conduct yourself as a legitimate legal business. And that's where they just tune you out. They literally tune you out.
What you feel the reason is?
Inexperience. Literally inexperience. I'm the first person in my family to go to college. When I got there, I was inexperienced. Nobody had done it before me. So therefore, there was things, bumps and bruises that I had to take. I didn't know. And there was nobody that could help me. They had never done it. So when we're in a situation where nobody knows, somebody has to take some bumps and bruises. In these situations with paperwork, and they hear the horror stories. Oh, that won't be me. Yeah, it will be.
You know a guy whose paperwork is like his business side is really, really like legit. And a lot of people wouldn't know. But that same guy who's the reason why we're having this conversation today, who said, who the fuck is Chevy? That guy is about every single side of business. Like,
oh, 100%.
Well, I'm going to say it because a lot of artists out here and a lot of people in the city, like, you need to know, like, Stunner, rap about whatever he rap about. His music is, however, that dude is about his business.
1,000%.
And whenever I seen the post with the B Marshall, I was like, damn, you took a shot at a lot of different people who's not business savvy and ready, but we got one in the city in Stunner. And
brought to you by. Brought to you by.